Good morning to a beautiful day 234. Big 234. Okay, we're a bit later in the day. I think I don't know what time it is. I think it's around about 9:30, 10. So the security man turn up, make sure our CCTV and all that sort of stuff is working, operational. We do have a slight issue here. Again, anyone doing their own wireless networks, their own security here in Barbados, the providers don't issue out fixed IP addresses. So that probably means German or foreign gobbledygook to some people, but if you don't have a static IP address, you can't control and dial in and do what you've got to do via your own network because you're on a shared network with everyone else. So our system enables us to dial in, look at the cameras, control internet, etc. But you have to have a fixed IP to do that. In England, you get issued one regardless whether you're domestic or commercial, but up here, I think it's only commercial. So anyway, he's been here sorting that out, so we're all good to go, hopefully. What else have we got going on? We're still preparing the floor for the concrete. Concrete's coming in the next 20 minutes, half hour, as far as I'm aware. Excavator's been in sorting the rocks. We've done that on the beach. I'll show you that in a second. Smithy's got his bloody hilty out, chasing and chizzing and smacking and all sorts of crap as always. Painter is painting. Mason is masonerying. Chippies are chippying. Another mason's doing the finally getting the actual rods on the building now. I said I can't stomach it anymore. We need to get them done. So, but anyway, let me spin the camera around and show you what we've been doing so far. Okay, so we've got the first 4 courses of blocks going on. We're now obviously just pulling some corner rods to ensure that we do it straight. Obviously we've got the concrete due to come any minute for the actual driveway, which has obviously restricted us being able to finish off here today, unfortunately. So at the moment what they're doing is we actually put a gutter and curb in the front to try and stop the water coming down the road and coming into our driveway. We're now just chasing all of that out and putting a new piece down so that when the concrete's laid it goes down and it's one piece. At the moment we've got a little curb and it's chipping off all the time. So the concrete company will take it down to a 2x4, so it'll be square and flush at the end, but then they'll take the nose down to the floor. We'll stop that happening. So we're going to get them to do that. So we just chase that out. We've also had to cut the edges in and around where they finished. So you see that they put a side finish on, which is what they do. Obviously at the concrete itself, when there's going to be a join, they just polish it a little bit with like a little trowel. So we've now had to chase that away so that the new concrete can lab against that. We'll be able to do the same over there. We've now got the track put in place as well for where the gate track will go. Painter has been painting the front over here, but we've got to get that plastered in and that finished off today on top of the utilities cupboard. My little 3-bedroom semi. Blocks are going up. We did apparently 93 blocks yesterday. So we're going to see how many blocks Bristol gets done today. Bearing in mind he did 93 yesterday, so he's got his own target to beat. A few of you have been asking what Tyson's age actually is. So, Tyson, social media, want to know how old you are. There's been loads of guesses going on, alright? Again? Some ladies actually put on there today. How old it actually is in? You still haven't let us know, so shall I tell them?
35.
35?
Yeah, I'm 35.
Waist. You're 35. This is when you show your age.
Yeah.
Okay, Tyson is officially 56.
Yes. Birthday in February.
28th of February?
28th February.
February, are you? See you next week. Ah, is it next week or this week? This week? No, it's not. Next week. Yeah, next week.
Yeah, come.
28th of Feb. Okay, so he's 56. He's going to be 57 this month. So whoever asked, I know I also did a bit of a wind up the other day, but I didn't actually tell anybody in the end. We had ranging from 12 from my friend in England. I think that's what he said he acted like, not more like he looked like. Up to I think we had 68. But most of you guessed it in around the 40, 42 mark. So 56. He's still lifting blocks all day, every day. Fair play to him. Okay. What else we got? We got this being blocked up today. Hopefully, going to try and get that done. We've got the entrance here that's actually being blocked off at the front. We've got the windows obviously being etched off inside. We've got the painting, another coat of white paint going on the inside as well. And then yesterday we finished off with our, call it French drain, but it's the same sort of technology, just a very, very big version of it. We've landed up, it was meant to be a foot, it's actually turned into more like 2 foot, so it's probably cost us a lot more in time and money and stone, but we still need to go up by another foot to 2 foot. But we're struggling to find anyone on the island that's got any blocks or rocks. So anyway, what we intend to do obviously is try and take up, level the wall itself now, and then add another 2 to 3 courses of blocks on top of the wall itself. So all of these rocks are now on the floor, and they're all on top of each other. Hardly any of them are, well, I say none of them are actually weight bearing on the wall, although some of them are touching the wall, but none of them are weight bearing. So it's all about, once we get to a certain height, we can let the mud fall in naturally, and then hopefully any rain that lands up on here that doesn't run that way, which we're trying to make sure we grade everything that way, any rain that doesn't go down there will fall down here, and it should run, by the time we actually take this out, it will run all the way down the side and round. So we're gonna have to get this up level, and we're gonna have to grade it this way so that the water incentivizes to go around that corner. That's the aim. That's just, if anything, to take the pressure away from that wall, because it wasn't designed to be a retaining wall, it's just a boundary wall. All of our walls are higher, and all of our walls are rebarred and poured with concrete, but this one isn't. So we shouldn't have to do anything with it apart from just allow the water to run down and run away. So that's obviously what we're going to be doing. Other than that, the excavator has been here for an hour, just finishing off. So I've had him on the beach just putting the stones back. In fact, let me go down off the top and I can quickly show you what he's done. He's just literally trying to close back up some of the actual gaps that we created on the beach when we were getting down and removing the wood. Which I still need to bill Adam for. I need to bill you for that, Adam. And we'll get around to doing that. But now obviously that is all been cleared and it's all out, then we obviously can put the rocks back. So let me just show you what he's done around here today. I mean, we've still got the big ones to move, but we're going to need a bloody good excavator to do that. So it was just literally trying to put these back. They're monstrous. And they're a bit of a hickledy mess. But anyway, there's not a great deal you can do with them, obviously, because they're massive. But if anything, it's just about trying to stop the water. The water that's going to come through here, it's just trying to make sure we can stop any water that's going to come flying through. The Trowel Plastic element is going to be put onto this end column here. I think we've decided potentially to keep these cream at the moment. There's one of them that we obviously did. We painted it white. These are the ones we did ourselves. So we shall see. Cream and grey look okay. But I think cream and white will be better on our side. But we'll keep them cream on the other side and yellow. That's obviously something I've got to go and buy in a minute and get those done. They've also been just tarting up down here as well, although they've been doing it on the patio. I think they've also been doing something on the side of the steps as well to make them a little bit prettier. But anyway, there's not a great deal else we can do with regards to the painting on the outside until we physically finish the door frames and window frames on here. So that's hopefully going to get done today. I'm going to talk to the electricians and plumbers to find out what the hell these holes are. They've either got to bust them through and use them, or I'm going to fill them up because I'm getting fed up looking at them. I would assume this would be outside power, but normally orange is plumber. But yeah, I can't see anything out here that would be plumbing orientated. I'd say it's probably electrical. So yeah, it might be just a couple of power sockets. So we'll talk to the electricians and plumbers and see if they can actually get to site today, because I've not been here for kicking on 4 or 5 days. Still got some general tidying up parts that I've got to do. Inside, the sockets missing. The decorative furniture go on the outside of the sockets and stuff like that. I want all that finished off. There's a couple of lights that haven't been put in, so I want them put in. Stairwell light, etc. And then there's the external lights on the front of the building as well, just to try and shine up in the evening. I want to try and get those sorted out as well. And then it's a case of obviously getting them to get stuck into getting the electrical conduit put on the ceiling in here, because we want to try and get that battened and want to get that plasterboarded this week and painted. I want that as an empty white box by the end of the week, and I want the garage up and I want the roof started. So we've got a week and a half to get that sorted. So yeah, that's the plan so far. Obviously by the end of the day today, hopefully we'll have a little bit more of an enclosure on the garage. 93 blocks yesterday, hope he's going to do 100 today, so we'll have half the wall, half will be built, and then we've got the other half to do for the rest of the week. So hopefully, very much Wednesday today, by Friday we should be putting the formwork on the roof. And then we're looking at getting the concrete in, rebar in, and getting that poured. That's going to be the aim. So garage up and finished, hopefully, and the drive being poured technically means we're going to start finishing what we're doing and you know, it's just then topsoil and landscaping. So I'll update you a little bit later on as and when the day goes on. So 11 o'clock and the concrete has turned up. 11 o'clock and the concrete has turned up. There you go, that's better. So anyway, we shall see how this goes. Hopefully the gate track that we made will be suffice. We're obviously going to have to pour up to the actual gate track itself, and then once that's starting to go off, we're going to have to remove that and then pour the rest. So as you can see, the gate track itself is where the lorries reversed up to, so we've got the gate track going all the way across now, so that's going to be tried to be kept in so that the track sits lower in that. So obviously they'll pour this into one slab, but I think they're going to manually cut this through the middle once it's gone off. And then obviously once it's gone off on the gate track itself, then they'll pull the other side. So we've actually chiselled out the step that we created, curb stroke step, and they'll put another one in later on, so we'll have to put a 2x4 at the front. And then they'll pull down to it, and once it starts going off, then they'll turn that into like a little slope that connects to the road. So they're setting up, boots on, levels out. Now Rock's getting on today with his numbers. Is he on track? Be interesting to see how that looks at the end of the day today. Hopefully it'll start looking like an enclosed garage, or at least carport. Okay, so we got half of the rear poured already. Just pulling the other side in now. Keeping an eye. We've banged in most of the levels already, so all of the actual iron stakes that we've laid out are already banged through, so not too sure why they don't actually pull lines an inch above where you need to be, so you can always see the lines at all times. It just seems a bit weird setting out and then banging everything through the floor and then pouring. It's meant to be going 2 lines. This is obviously fixed, the wood, it's not going anywhere, and there's wood on this side here. Also, they've got a concrete level over here, so they know what level they're going to, but throughout all of here there's meant to be runs going that way. So all of the actual stakes that we've had going through show you how high to make the concrete to get that run. But to bang them through before you pour, I just don't quite understand it. But anyway, I don't pour concrete. So yeah, good to see the finished item, that's for sure. Driveway's been a long time coming. Okay, 12 o'clock. Slab is in. Up to the gate. So hopefully she's running right. Looks a bit to be higher there. Hopefully that's not coming back this way. The only problem with everything here, everything's got to run right. At the moment, this is a garage. We need to make sure the water is now running that way. Everything's got to be running towards the front. It seems to be that it's quite steep. Hopefully it won't be as steep as it looks. I thought we were going to literally have a carport that went along to about here, and then we had the first grade down to here, and then the second grade down. I think that's what we were going to do. It's not looking like that at the moment, so fingers crossed it's not going to be an issue. The levels can be deceiving as well. You can't see whether it's where the run is actually going. At the moment it seems to be a little bit more that way, mainly because that step is playing tricks on you, so fingers crossed it is just a trick and it is actually running where it needs to run. And then what we'll do is we'll then carry on pouring this piece here up to this track. So this is the actual track itself that obviously the gate will sit in. So after this is all dried, that will be taken out. That's the aim anyway. Okay, so it's 3 o'clock, concrete's finished, but unfortunately we're getting puddles of water pooling at the front of the garage. So we're not too sure what's gone wrong, but rather than the water flowing away from the house and the garage, it's flowing backwards to the house and garage. Not too sure what's gone wrong, but waiting to speak to the company that laid it, see if they've got any ideas. Bear in mind it's curing as we speak, so the longer they leave it, the longer it's going to get. Not that I think there's anything can be done anyway, full stop. So we basically wet it to see whether it runs, and it does. It runs backwards. So anyway, there doesn't seem to be anyone on the island that seems to understand flows. Flows of water, whether it be a plumber, whether it be concrete, it seems like the same problems all the time. It's so weird. But anyway, so if that doesn't work, then we're going to have to can go the whole lot up and start again. Because at the end of the day, you cannot have water running backwards to the garage. Ridiculous. And if we get heavy rain coming down, then obviously it's going to land up sitting there and running backwards. We've got to actually let the water from the side of the house come out, let alone the water coming from the front. So anyway, got a great welcome home gift. To pointers, go and spend some money that I don't have. I come home to a puddle of water in my garage. And I'd like to note the guys have obviously been doing blocks today, although not at the level they wanted to be doing them at. The garage walls are starting to come up. We're going to have to need to block it right across here now to stop the water coming in, but that's carrying on. The door jambs are being done at the side of the building, so we've had the main door done, the big door's being done as we speak, and the blocks have been taken up to height as I showed you earlier on down here, but this has gone on a little bit hold at the moment just purely because the door jambs upstairs and the painting and the ceiling of that is more important at this present time. But anyway, that's pretty much done. We've also cut the doorway through in there as well, so that's ready to be plastered up. We've got to source a door frame to go in here as well. But I need to ring them, actually get it added to the order for the delivery tomorrow. Other than that, shambles at the front, which I'm sure we'll find a way around or have to part with. Disappointing. Anyway, let's speak to the company first, see if they've got any ideas. If they haven't, then we'll have to deal with it afterwards. Anyway, check in and see. Anyway, 5 o'clock. No change. Concrete has been laid wrong. Whether we're responsible because of the lines or whether it be because of the concrete or a mixture of both, I'm not too sure. But either way, the water is not finding its way anywhere apart from all the way around the front and then down the sides to the back. And it's also finding its way down here to the house. Finding its way through this little gutter we had to create for the last time, because this is a low spot here and it just finds its way into that little piece over here. So either way, the water's going to end up finding its way to the side of the house. So decision tomorrow. I have to sleep on it tonight, but it looks like we're going to have to kango the whole lot up and start again. Maybe I'll pull someone that understands how to do lines and levels, because on this island, for some reason, no one seems to understand running water. Doesn't matter who you get involved, everyone wants to shirk the blame, no one wants to take responsibility, and it always goes tits up. And you do two things: you bodge it, or you rip it up and start again. So I'm a rip it up and start again type person. So tomorrow they've got till 10 o'clock to make a decision, and then I'm ripping the whole lot up. We can go get the excavator in, get the whole lot dug up, get the whole thing relayed. Another 15,000 down the drain. Anyway, have we got any positive notes to end on? Yeah, I think we have. The guard wall has actually been cut in. The Trowel Plastic on the column here has been done. This one here, this one here, this one here, the end one. So we're now looking cream and grey. Good job. Door frame, it's finally been cut in, thank God. Fed up staring at that. This one's been done too. I'm not too sure whether the one around the back's been done. Actually, we just walked past one. Is that done? Not a bad day if it has as well. Didn't even see it. No, that one's not been done. So this one's got to be done tomorrow. This has been started but hasn't been finished. We'll get that one done, and the real one's got to be done as well. What else has been done today? They put some blocks on here, but I pulled them off, so the steps have been blocked up here, so then they've got to be plastered in and finished off. Garage, another 110 blocks today, so 93 yesterday, 110 today. So now we're starting to gather a bit of shape. It's obviously getting out of the ground. So that's now down to the front. So tomorrow we'll try and get this up higher. We want to try and get this to height by the end of the week. So it's got to be 12 foot, 13 foot. Around this side obviously is the recesses for the air conditioning, condensers and the gas. This is where they'll be sitting, so as you can see. So anyway, at least that's actually being done. We've got power here that will be going into the garage itself, I would have thought, so we need to get the electrician out to extend that. Yeah, so that's pretty much where that's ended, but obviously the garage floor has been a complete climax, anti-climax even. So obviously if we get any more rain, then it's just going to come straight down and land up into the corner of my house. So tomorrow they need to come up with some solutions, or I'm literally can go the whole thing up. So it needs to be done anyway, so there's not going to be a solution to it. There's no form of solution. And I think it's a bit of both. It's a bit of maybe some of we've not actually gone down as much as we should do. We should be at least 4 inches, 5 inches lower there than we should be at the beginning of the garage here. I'm being assured we are, but we're not. And you can see obviously the guys that laid the concrete, they took all the actual formwork off the side that gave them a guidance as to where they should have been. And you can see straight away, even on the side there, you've only got to look at the step, and you've got a thickness here and a shallowness there. So they've literally raised up because they've tried to match here, which is not the level they should have been aiming for. They should have been aiming for the actual batten that was on the wall there that they took off, like this one here. And then throughout we actually had these spikes that were all the way through, but they bashed all those through before they'd even concreted. So that's certainly not helped the situation. With regards to this, obviously, as you can see, as soon as they start washing, it just runs down here, which is great, but it runs straight to there. So none of it's running. Even if there was a high point in the middle here and it was finding its way over and back here, it should still get to here and find its way down here and run off. But as you can see, it sort of gets to here and just stops. So it's clearly not at the right level it needs to be. So as my mum always says, easy come, easy go. 15 grand down the drain and another 2 weeks of our lives. So we'll get the excavator out tomorrow afternoon, get that smashed up, get that taken away. And then try and find a solution to making sure that we get it right the second time. Not going to be doing it again, that's for sure. So anyway, over and out for today. Please like and subscribe. I'm sure you guys are going to fill me with lovely comments after seeing what's going on with the drive. Anything positive, send it my way. I'll gladly take it. Any criticism, I'll take that too. Any solutions to stop us having a can go up, let me know. But without being rude, I don't see how we're going to get away doing that. Definitely some form of excavator and take out and take away, I think. But anyway, check in tomorrow.